here again after a span of 2 months, perhaps 3 months. So ever since we started the implementation of ISO 22000, there has been a lot of changes, mostly in thinking as well as physical changes and implementation. Don't you feel so?
Yes.
Okay, that's very nice. ISO 20000 is a standard where a lot of changes, physical changes have to happen, because it is something that which has to be taken out, taken out of a particular requirement of the standard. So somebody asked, what is the definition of a vision? Okay, so I said vision is something which is invisible. Something which is invisible has to be brought out. So which was invisible in the organization. It wasn't that your resort or your kitchen did not have good systems. It always had good systems. The only thing is there are certain gaps which have to be plugged in. So we brought in some gaps, and everybody as a team has put in a lot of efforts. It's not an easy task to get a certification as such. And we also said that during my first meeting, the opening and closing meeting, the last visit to the audit, the systems were good, but nevertheless, it's a journey and not a destination. So there will be a scope for improvement every time we come here for an audit. And there has been a lot of training programs being conducted, a lot of physical changes like I mentioned earlier also. The momentum and the spirit of people, I'm sure, will not come down. But as you know, which I also mentioned earlier, the certificate which is being awarded to you now is a certificate which is valid only for 3 years. So which means every year there has to be some improvement related to FSMs, that's Food Safety Management System. So please keep that in mind, and the documentation what we have done is a very lean documentation. So we have not put in too much of documentation, it's very lean. So maintaining these documents is going to definitely help you in the long run to come when it comes to FSMs. So this, I appreciate all the team members, each one of you, HODs as well as your team members who are working with you for implementing this ISO 20000 successfully. And the observations which we had identified initially were verified this visit, except for 1 or 2 small changes. We had recommended your certification, and now I've come here to deliver the certificate. I congratulate each one of you. Congratulate you again on the special occasion of the certification handing over.
Take a picture, please.
Sure.
His memory got full. Sorry.
Show your fiance.
You can also stand.
Yeah, as a group.
Yeah, one group photo. Come this way.
I think you can bring your camera. Yes.
Anyway, thank you. This would not have been possible, of course, with your support in implementation, and of course, Mr. Joydeep's, there are a lot of commitment which is very rare to find. Normally in companies, the management passes it on to somebody else, and look at it from a point of view that yes, it has to be done just to meet the certification. But here there is a difference. This is perhaps one of the first few which I should say that there has been a strong support, a strong implementation which has happened consciously. So I wish you good luck and all the